Our morning's training session, we want to be very clear that this is not for the average person who hurt themselves and has come in, unless it makes sense. This is not something we should be doing every day. This is what's called in Chinese yibing, or moving an illness from a place where it can't be reached to a place it can be reached. In the internal medicine, that is using your treatments or herbs to push an illness. Sometimes you're going to flare it. Sometimes you're going to make something else have a problem. Sometimes you're going to make it turn into a rash, and then you're able to flush it out. The funny saying of one of the teachers that I knew was, the turtle that sticks its head out ends up in the soup. So what we want is we want our injury to stick its head out so that we can sparrow peck it. And therefore, this also means that we wouldn't be doing these positions if the injuries had moved muscles to affect the bones. We're going to be putting our patients or our partners in unorthodox body postures for treatment in today's world, where they lie on a table, right? That's not how it used to be, and it's not how it will be. It's just acupuncture in the West has followed sort of a spa massage tradition and ended up everybody is either supine or prone on a table or in one of those chairs, but the body is in frequently the least convenient position to reach the illness. So what we want to work on is understanding that this is great for an athlete, or an athlete doesn't have to be a professional athlete, right? It can be the person who loves mountain biking. It can be the person who loves yoga. It can be the person who loves dance. It can be the person who belongs to a soccer club or a football club on the weekends. It could be a golfer. It doesn't matter. What matters is we are implying that there's a muscular issue that has not moved the bones to a place where we would be nervous about the positions we're in. And we're going to get it so that the ushers come up, where the injuries get to a place where we can treat them, and then we're going to treat them. Our positions are going to be what's called windshield wiper, which is the person is on the table, and I don't know if I'm actually in the camera too well or not, but your knees are a windshield wiper. So there's people who do this stretching, and recently in the US, they've been calling this windshield wipers. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be turning that leg so that we can access this area, flank, and bring these muscles, which are now hidden, to the surface, because they're going to be stretched across the greater trochanter and allow us to get in here. And we'll be doing it as we palpate, but if I was to press here and then be prone, it just vanishes. So that's the first thing we're going to learn, is how this accentuates this line and brings out this aspect of the flank. So that's going to be important. The second is Yangming with the leg off the table. So that really brings all of this to the surface. A lot of people today are going to end up heading into here. Please remember that if that's important, great, but don't think you're needling Yangming because you're going straight when the leg is actually rotated off the table. But it's going to allow us to get into this binding area more effectively. We can move it a little bit. Some of you may not be comfortable in this position, so you may want a little chair, a little stool. That's going to be our second position of needling. And again, we want to be clear that here I can get in here, but it's not brought to the surface. Here, all of a sudden, donk, donk, donk. It's going to be so easy to find and get to effectively. And here is my ASIS. So we just want to be clear of our real estate of what's in here. And then the third is figure 4, I think, as we're doing on this one. Yeah, figure 4 for the yin channels, so that we'll be needling the yins, and we're doing a 1, 2, 3 just to get in here. In my practice, I often have to be up by the symphysis pubis, but today we'll just be a couple inches down just to get to know what's in here in this position. Once we get to prone, we're going to be doing stretch, 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 stretch. Leg off the table again in this position. And what we're going for is the Chung-Shan line, and we're going to be looking for two lines in specific that are broad. One is this Chung-Fu line, the crease below the glute, and then how that really accentuates this area here. What we're going to find is people are going to be needling a little bit the wrong direction, so we want to make sure that we're needling into those areas that are exposed. The second is frog position. You're going to get very good at going from one side of the table to the other. So frog position, another wonderful way, but this time we're trying to get down the leg, so our aiming is going to be this direction. In there, we're going to find that things are softer, so we can find things that are hidden along that curve and edge. And then finally, we're going to be needling in child's pose. And that's going to really open up those lower shoe points down here where we can really go in to a depth that allows us to release everything that's hidden.